Hello all, this is Rob from Gurnaldino Plays, and you are watching Since Spacies.
Since Spacies.
G'day invaders and welcome to Since Spacies, and this is the monthly state of the channel video, February 2020, and as you can see I'm back indoors. I did do the last one outside. I do want to go back to doing that, but I was in a hurry. I wanted to get this set up, so I've got the lights, I've got the cameras, so just get on with it. So here we go. So we're going to start off with the top 5 videos for the month of January on Since Spacies. Starting at number 5, we have my first vlog. That was filmed down in Cronulla. That was the first time I took my gimbal device out and about and recorded on the fly, and I had a bit of fun recording that, except on the follow-up video that I did, I had a girl walk all the way from 100 meters away just to get behind my shot. It was rather bizarre, so I'm still trying to get the nerve up to talk in front of a crowd and be out and about in public with a camera and whatnot. It's, yeah, a little bit nerve-wracking, but I have got a new rig set up now for my camera. So I've got the gimbal, I've got the phone acting as my camera, and I've got a microphone hooked onto the gimbal, so it's like a portable little studio. So you will be seeing more videos. I've got something coming up later which I'll tell you about, and I'll be putting the gimbal to effect. So I'll be doing more vlogs. It will happen. I just got to get the nerve to do it. So that was number 5. Number 4 for the channel was my Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection intro video. That was Is It the Best Retro Title Ever, it was called. And that video just keeps getting views, and I'm not really sure why. A clickbaity type of sounding title, I admit that wasn't the intention. It was a genuine question: is this the best retro title ever? And yeah, it just keeps getting views. So yeah, it's number 4 for the month of January. Number 3, we've got more Sega World statues unearthed. That was me and Lucas heading out west of Sydney and finding more statues. Yeah, more Sega World statues. I don't know why I keep finding these things. They keep landing in my lap. But you know, hopefully we can save this one. It's still work in progress. I don't have high hopes though. They always seem to end up with the same kind of people that yeah, they don't want to let go of these things. So I'm hoping we can do something to persuade these people to let go of it. I'm just not very hopeful. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It is just a shame that these things aren't being looked after the way they are. Number 2 for the month of January was the gaming pickup video for January, and I had a lot of fun doing that. It was good to get back in front of the camera. Haven't really been doing that a lot over the past couple of months. I'll talk about that in a second. But it was good to just get all my past few months worth of gaming pickups and just go through them one at a time. So I always enjoy doing those videos. And number 1 for the month of January was the Since Spacies show, episode number 13. Had a lot of fun with that. Had some guests in the studio. I call it a studio, it's more like a cupboard really. But yeah, I had some guests in here for that episode, and it's a learning experience having people in the room while you're doing it, because the audio is never quite right. Plus the other thing that we were working against on that day was it was 44 degrees or 45 degrees here that day. That's centigrade. Folks, that's hot. That's really hot. We had the aircon on, so that was really screwing with the audio levels. I'll have to get the guests set up on a lav mic like you see me wearing here in future on those hot days. That way I can at least have better audio to work with for future videos. But anyway, it's a learning experience. But the last video that I did for the Since Spacies show, I was happy with the audio, and that video worked out really well. If you haven't seen it, it's the one before this video, so go check that out. So you're probably wondering, why haven't I put out any videos? Well, if you haven't been wondering that, I'm going to explain anyway. So for the last couple of months, I've been recovering from surgery. Now, the surgery that I had is a 20 centimeter cut right up the middle here, and it's not pretty. It's pretty ugly. The reason why I had that operation was because my abdominal muscles had been coming apart as a result of a 2009 operation that I had. Now, I used to play indoor cricket, and that's a very, very full-on physical game, and I used to be, I mean, I wasn't exceptionally good, but one thing that I think that I was really good at was catching and fielding. I used to pull off some ridiculous catches, and one of those catches was up on the back net, and as I caught this ridiculous sideways catch, everyone was celebrating and just like thinking, how the hell did you catch that? As I got up though, something wasn't quite right. I felt like something moved. Something wasn't where it was supposed to be. And then when I got back up, I kept playing, and it wasn't until a month later that I realized, no, I need to see a doctor because this is not looking right. And that's when I realized I had a hernia from playing indoor cricket. Yeah, so anyway, I had that operation, and then 10 years later, I've got another side effect from it. So I have had to have that repaired. And basically what they've done is grabbed this muscle and pulled it together, stitched them together. Yeah, I'm not making this up. This is what they've done. So they've rolled the muscle over, and then the two side by side get stitched, and then they put a mesh over the top. It is every bit as painful as it sounds. I'm still not 100%. In fact, I've got some pains right there now as I'm speaking, which is why I haven't really been doing much. But I'm trying now to fight through that pain and get back in front of the cameras, because I really do enjoy doing this, and I want to get back into putting videos out there. So that's the reason why I've been limited on the amount of videos that I put out there. But I thought I've done a reasonable job considering, you know, the situation I was in. So there will be more videos from here on. I am starting to get a little bit back on the mend, which, yeah, brings me to my next point, Pilates. Now I got my next surgeon appointment coming up next week, and in the last surgeon's appointment, he told me that I got to start looking at taking up Pilates, and I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to start getting on to looking at Pilates classes. I can't believe I'm saying this out loud. It's something that I've got to do to try and get back in shape, because I'm not in shape at the moment. I'm in a round shape, and that's not a good shape. So yeah, that's my number one goal for 2020 was do better. That was my number one motto for this year. So I now have to take that motto on board and start doing better, and that includes health. So that's going to come up very soon, and yes, I will be documenting it on video. Not the actual Pilates bit. You guys can get stuff. You're not watching that. But the process going in and out, you'll be seeing that. I'm not going to show you me doing, was it sunrise and whatever else those maneuvers are called? Or was that yoga? I don't know. I've never really been good at Pilates. I suppose it's a good excuse to drag out the Wii Fit. I don't know. That thing's gathering dust. I bet you've got one sitting under your TV gathering dust too. So don't you judge me. So yeah, this will mean more video logs, vlogs, and I do want to get better at getting that thing out and about and being more confident with filming and recording. It's kind of hard in Australia because everyone stares at you, and I find it easier to record while overseas than I do here in Australia. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I'll have to get past that. But anyway, there'll be more vlogs, I promise you. Also, just recently, a really cool thing happened over on Since Spacies channel. Now, a little while back, I had a competition where I tried to find out who could get past Green Hill Zone on Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive, who could get through it in the quickest time possible. Now, I thought I was pretty good at that, and so did DJ Slope and a bunch of other guys. Me and DJ Slope were in the lead. Well, so we thought. Then there was a bunch of videos that I missed, so I did a part 2 and included those in the challenge. Since Space not only beat us, he flogged us. He absolutely killed it. And he broke down and explained in meticulous detail how he did it. So I thought I gotta give him some kind of prize, and I didn't know what I had in mind. I didn't really have a prize here. I'm looking around. I had some Sonic statues that I was wanting to give him, but I thought, one, I didn't want to ruin something from the 90s just to turn it into a trophy. And then Lucas from Aussie Gaming's Experience, he gave me a 3D printout Sonic statue, which I'll show you right here. And I thought, I've got an old cricket trophy that wasn't mine. It was just left lying about, and I just picked it up and took it home. So I used the base of the cricket trophy and his 3D print, and I spray painted it gold. I got a engraving organised at the front. Anyway, I made him a trophy in my way of saying congratulations, and I sent him a little care package, I guess you could call it. So go check out Since Spacies' video. He will show you exactly what I sent him, and I just thought that it couldn't have gone to a better, more dedicated Sega fan than Since Space. So well done and congratulations, Since. Also, this is a golden opportunity for me to show off my range of goods. This is my Since Spacies Champion branded bag, and this thing is really cool. Now, these prices that you'll see on SinceSpacies.com, they are in US, and I can't do anything about that. However, after I bought mine, and after the prices were converted into Australian, this was actually cheaper than some of the bags I was seeing in the local stores nearby, which were for laptops, etc. So I think that this is very, very much competitively priced. So if you head over to SinceSpacies.com/merch, you'll see a range of stuff. It's going to get bigger and better. I'm actually looking at trying to see if I can get a hold of some t-shirt designers, and I want to come up with my own range of design shirts for you guys to be able to pick up and buy. So that's something that's going to come onto SinceSpacies.com/merch. Just check out SinceSpacies.com today, and you'll see when I'm going to be on next when it comes to my Twitch stream. So that's the main reason for that channel, or for that for that website, I should say, SinceSpacies.com, for all my Twitch related updates, etc. So you'll find not only the Twitch related updates, but also my range of merchandise. Check it out today. And also, I do plan on releasing a bunch of new videos coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to get started with getting back onto finishing off once and for all the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. The next video in that collection is the Story of 4. Now, the interesting story behind the Story of 4 was that it was originally going to be one of the first videos in that series, but it wasn't called Beyond Oasis in Australia. It was called The Story of 4. So I had to move it to the back end because I did it in alphabetical order. Long story short, I'm doing it this week, and there's only 2 more games left, and then I'm done. Or am I? No, I'm not. There's a bunch of bonus games that were on that disc, and I'll be doing those as well. So that's another 10 or so videos that I have to shoot. It never ends. But once I'm done with that, I do have some other projects coming up, which will involve a mini console, but I'm not going to say which one. And I'll be going through each and every one of those games as a Sega fanboy. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go into too much more details, but basically, once I've finished with the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, which is a project that I've been doing for the last 2.5 years, I will be moving on to something else that I've been wanting to get my hands on for quite some time. So that's coming up very soon on Since Spacies. So on twitch.tv/Since Spacies, that's my Twitch account, or you can just go to SinceSpacies.com. I'm revamping not only the SinceSpacies.com site, but also my stream. So new alerts, new background, new transition screens, everything new. As soon as I finish recording this, I'm going to be heading over onto the computer there, and I'm going to be revamping a lot of the Twitch stream. Something that I've been wanting to do for ages. I wanted a more, I don't know, professional, clean, look. You'll see what's coming up tomorrow night, so I'll be debuting that tomorrow. Also, part of my launch of my new look Twitch streaming channel, I'm going to be spending the next month trying to raise as much money as I can for Wires. Now, Wires is an organisation here in Australia that go around and rehabilitate injured native animals such as possums, kangaroos, koalas, all those cute and cuddly koalas, animals I should say, that you read about. Well, they go out into the wild and find all the injured ones that have been hit maybe by cars on the road, etc., and try to rehabilitate them. Now, with the fires that have just basically decimated a large lot of land here in Australia, I found it very uncomfortable to watch some of that footage, especially watching koalas walking towards flames and not knowing which way to go. Koalas aren't the most brightest animal on the planet, and those guys, they're being killed, wiped out for no fault of their own. And I found it very awkward and discomforting to watch that footage of the recent fires. And I was trying to think of ways and how I can help out with just me being an individual. I really didn't have many options. I have been raising awareness with Generosity, which is an organization that will fund and help the people on the front line fighting those fires. But I was also thinking about those poor animals and the decimation that's been taking place, and what can we do to try and do something to contribute some good towards what's been happening. Which is why I'm doing for the next month a campaign to try and raise as much money as possible for Wires. So you'll see a link down below in this video. I'm still sorting out the details, but basically any money that gets, anytime someone clicks the donate to me button for the next month, will be redirected to the Wires Fund donation page. So as you can tell, I'm still trying to sort out the details, but when you click the donate to Since Spacies button, it won't go to me for the next month. It will go to Wires, and it's just my way of trying to see if I can do some good with what's happening, because again, I just couldn't watch that footage and not do anything. So yeah, I really hope that you guys do get on board, spread the video, spread that link and share it on social medias. This is the first time I've done a social media campaign such as this, so this is new territory for me. I really do hope to see as many of you guys getting on board and helping with that, because I do think it's a worthy cause. You see a lot of good causes out there. None of them really were for me and my fit, but this is my cause, the Wires Foundation. So please get on board and donate to that, because I do think it's a worthwhile cause. Didn't mean to end this on a downer, because you know the fires were a thing that happened. I have had comments in the past about, what are you doing? Are you doing anything in relation to raising any kind of money? The simple matter is that I'm not used to dealing with any kind of things like this, so it is new territory for me. So this is what I can do to try and offer some sort of support and help for what I think is a worthwhile cause. I am rambling, and I tend to do that when I get towards the end of my video. Anyway, I've got to get now to the computer and update my Twitch page. In the meantime, my name has been Brian, and I've been gaming since Spacies. Thanks, guys.
Since Spacies.